What's going on, ladies and gentlemen and ladies? Okay, so I want to have a conversation about no-knock warrants. As a former police officer, a former SWAT operator, a person who have conducted and been a part of, I've lost count of how many no-knock warrants. I feel like it's necessary for me to give some insight. I know that no-knock warrants are, they're pretty dangerous, right? I mean, people know that no-knock warrants are dangerous. But believe it or not, knocking on the door of a brazen criminal is more dangerous than no knocks, right? When you use a SWAT team, SWAT operation, tactical unit, and you no-knock, you're putting yourself at the agency at a huge advantage. When I was on a SWAT team, we conducted plenty of no-knock warrants. I mean, most of our warrants were no-knock. And we don't conduct no-knock warrants on the average everyday Joe. Most people in this country have no concerns of getting hit by the SWAT team for no reason or on accident. Most of the time, and I can say 99.999% of the time that these warrants are executed, they're executed because police have an ample amount of evidence that there is drugs, that there is possible guns, that there's violence, and that there's a speedy or a necessary exigency in order to go in someone's home and defeat them before they get a gun, before they shoot you, and before they flush drugs. It's very simple. We executed warrants. We never had a problem. And we did thousands of no-knock warrants. Never had an issue with no-knock warrants. None of our operators were shot. We didn't shoot the wrong people. None of that happened. Because the speed and surprise of a tactical unit is overwhelming to criminals. They don't know what's happened to them. And I'm not going to disclose our tactics, but by the time you wake up, by the time you come to, we're already in your house, you're already on the ground with guns in your face. There's no thought process to it. There's no defense to it. You can't flush drugs. You don't know what happened. You're still trying to figure out, is this a terrorist attack? Is this the police? Is this border patrol? Am I getting home invaded? You don't have a chance to even react when the SWAT team come to your house and serve a no-knock warrant. And a lot of people say, well, it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. Well, the Supreme Court disagrees with you that it's unconstitutional. And the funny thing is that no-knock warrants, I'm going to give you an example of a no-knock warrant. And you tell me, is this unconstitutional? Are you telling me if this right or wrong? The FBI, I was a part of helping the FBI do a no-knock warrant on a known pedophile. She was sharing child stuff on the internet. He was ranked number 3 in the country. The top sharer in the country. He was ranked number 3. Now, do you think we should knock on his door, or you think we should conduct a no-knock warrant? You tell me which one we should do. Let's knock on his door. Boom, 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 boom. It's the police. He's going to delete all of the files on his computer instantaneously. Therefore, we have no case. Therefore, we cannot prosecute him. Therefore, these children don't get no justice. So, but you're saying it's unconstitutional, and we need to knock on his door. People that have guns, they have drugs, they got people kidnapped, they got them tied up, they got all kinds of things that are going on, and they're going to hide evidence. They're going to flee. They're going to build up an arsenal. They're going to shoot police at the front door. So you're telling me that you want your brother or your sister to be knocking on somebody's door of a brazen criminal that's sitting behind the door with an AK-47. So you want the police to knock and say, hey, everybody come to the door. We're here. We're getting ready to take you to prison for the rest of your life. You're getting ready to lose all your freedoms. We want you to know we're standing right outside the door. And we're going to knock and knock until you open the door, sir. Because we all know that criminals are going to open the door when the police knock, right? They're going to open the door and they're going to put their hands behind their back and they're going to get arrested and then they're going to go to court and they're not going to lie. They're going to admit to it and they're going to do the rest of their life in prison, right? That's how it goes? No, it doesn't. That's not how it goes. There needs to be speed and surprise. And if you feel like that is unconstitutional, then I don't know what country you live in. I see that there could be issues with no-knock warrants. Of course, people have made mistakes. I've seen it. I've heard about it. I haven't seen it personally because our department never made a mistake on that as long as I've been on the team. Now, I know that people have hit the wrong house before. That's far few in between. That's like going outside and saying, you're driving your car, you get to a car accident. Like, I mean, it's unforeseen things will happen inevitably. But to think that everyday gun-toting Americans have to be in some level of fear. That's not the case. Me being a former police officer, yeah, there's sometimes I hope to God cops don't get the wrong house. But I have seen cops get the wrong house and the people inside the house shoot the cops and they don't go to jail. You only go to jail and you only get charged with crimes if there is a reasonable expectation that you knew the police were there. And people are bringing up this Breonna Taylor case. Well, Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend answered the door, not physically, but they yelled out, "Who is it?" Now, you clearly hear them knocking. Yeah, a home invader ain't finna knock on your door. I'm just saying. Let me answer a few super chats since somebody super chatted, and then I got to get out here because I got to go to dinner. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. I always use the back door. My wife likes it too. Oh God, I should have read that before I put you on there. But you paid $1.99. I could have skipped that one.
Family channel.
I know, right? I'm just saying. And people who are not in law enforcement, you don't understand. I would be remiss to say that I felt safe to do a warrant that we're knocking on the door. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Somebody said, "Sir, they called 911." They called 911. When? When did they call 911? Did they call 911 when they were selling drugs out the house? Oh, okay. I was wondering. I'm just wondering. Look, you don't get caught up in that. And even if they did, they'll go to court and they'll be able to defend themselves. But call 911 when you got homeboy sending illegal packages to your house. That's when you should call 911. Or you should call 911 when you go to the trap house, I don't know, on multiple occasions. Call 911 when you're involved in illegal activity. Nobody want to talk about that. But, they called 911 when they thought that somebody's breaking their house, probably to take their drugs. But anyway, that's speculation. Let's see. Super chat. Let's see. Alan Dersh just said state has the right to stick a needle in your arm and give you a virus. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking, but they ain't sticking a needle in my arm. They're going to have a problem. I'm just saying, y'all, I'm just giving you information. You can take it or leave it. If I did no-knock warrants on the SWAT team, and if I had a son that was on the police department, I would want them to do a no-knock warrant. I don't want them knocking on the door of a brazen criminal who got nothing to lose, and they shoot my kid through the door and kill all the police officers that's standing in front of the door. They snipe you from the roof. Come on, y'all. You got. This is not mom and pop getting home invaded by police. These are hardened criminals. You have to prove to a judge that these people are legitimate criminals in order for a judge to approve a no-knock warrant. You don't get handed no-knock warrants like candy. Like, you have to have a level of proof that there's a level of danger and exigency for a judge to say, I approve this no-knock warrant, knowing that there's a possibility that people can get shot and killed in this no-knock warrant, knowing there's a possibility that police officers can get killed. Think about this for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think a police sergeant is going to say, he got his own life is on the line? You think he's going to say, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a no-knock warrant. Let's just do a no-knock warrant. It's not going to happen, man. Police understand the strategy behind a no-knock warrant. Police understand the speed of action behind a no-knock warrant. You don't because you've never done it before. You think police officers want to get killed? You think they want to stand in front of a door and get smoked? To do what? Because to look cool? Come on, man. Like, we understand the danger behind it. We understand the benefit of a no-knock warrant. Anyway, keep it what you're doing, brother. Support the blue man. Great job. What you doing? Appreciate it. Sean, appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Tatum, I usually agree with you, but this time I don't agree with you. Okay. Usually you conduct search warrants, and today you don't conduct a search warrant. But I'm trying to be nice to people, but I'm just wondering where you're going with this. I'm telling you because I actually serve no-knock warrants. You're giving me your opinion about what you feel like. 99% of search warrants or more, you're not hitting the wrong house. You know why you're not hitting the wrong house? Because you want to actually catch the criminals. There are times where people make mistakes. Like when you go to the hospital and they do surgery on you and they kill you on accident because you get infected, they didn't do their job. Things happen. Do you disband open heart surgeries? No, you don't. Michael, you guys do so much. Take a break and enjoy my stimulus. Treat her some liquor on me. How much you give? $5? Well, you got to give more $5. My baby need more than $5 for no liquor. No,
what does that even mean?
I'm just playing. JJ, thanks so much for the super chat. Have you ever watched Adam 12? No, I haven't.
Did you explain why while serving a warrant they may not have been wearing body cams? People are questioning that.
We'll talk about the warrants and the body cams. Okay. Let's see. I did that super chat already. We got this other super chat. SMJ, thanks so much for the super chat. Love you and what you do. Keep it up. Okay, let's talk about the body-worn cameras. Now, I cannot justify what they're doing because I don't know what the department is doing. But let me give you some insight on why tactical units or people serving warrants don't necessarily wear a body-worn camera. There are some nuances to this, right? On the SWAT team, we didn't have body-worn cameras when we do a raid. Because if we did a raid with body-worn cameras on, all criminals would have to do is FOIA request the body-worn cameras. That's the Freedom of Information Act. They get video of us serving a search warrant, so they can tell the tactics, they can tell how we communicate on the radio, they can tell what our equipment is, they know what our vehicles look like. Come on, man, like we can't use the body-worn cameras in that situation. Policing has been going on for decades, and there was no such thing as a body-worn camera. So all of a sudden, the end-all be-all is a body-worn camera. I think that you have to trust the integrity of a police department, and you have to trust that they can prove what they said. Because if you don't have a body-worn camera, you have the burden to prove that you actually did not just knock on a door, you knocked and announced. And that's pretty much where it goes. You have to trust the police department, or majority of police departments around the country operate with integrity. The funny thing is that there's no body-worn camera, but you believe the suspect, but you don't believe the police department. Like if you're not going to believe the police department, you shouldn't believe the suspect either. If a suspect is running around saying, I was the one shooting, but you didn't get hit once, you didn't even get grazed. That girl got shot 8 times. Now here's what I want people to understand too. And I'm waiting for the autopsy to come out because I think it'll make more sense. When the autopsy comes out, I want to see where the rounds went on that girl. If she got shot once here, one in the leg, one in the face, one in the head, she just got shot everywhere, body, then maybe it was random. If she got shot mostly in this area, that would be an indication that she was the target of the shooter, right? And he wasn't. I want people to understand what the reality is. I want people to understand what the reality is. They do not know who was the shooter. They don't know who was the shooter. I don't think they verified it yet. On the search warrant, the subsequent search warrant, they had her listed as the shooter. They had Breonna Taylor listed as the shooter. Then the boyfriend claimed responsibility for being the shooter. He claimed responsibility. So this is what I want people to understand. I want to see more information because I find it highly unlikely that he went, grabbed a gun, pulled the trigger, and the gunfire is coming from his direction. They open fire wherever the gunfire is coming from. They hit her 8 times. Like, I'm not sure if y'all understand. Like, if you're shooting blindly, you're probably not hitting somebody 8 times. If people are getting shot at and they diving on the ground, they crawling, they running, you're not gonna hit somebody 8 times. Those are consistent shots being hit on that girl 8 times. That's 20 rounds into the 22 rounds. After you go down to the ground, there's probably 5 or 6 rounds that are gonna be strays because people body drop quicker than you think, and you still shooting, and they boom, 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 they hit the ground. You still shoot for I don't know, half a second or 2 more, and those shots are gonna be missed. But to hit somebody 8 times, and it says that she got hit 8 times and then she collapsed in the hallway. So where was he at? Were they not standing next to each other? He went for the gun. She went where? He shot at the police, hit the officer when the officer breached the door. I mean, to me, it seems very interesting. I wonder, how could this be possible? Right or wrong or indifferent, you know? When they do the research, they'll find, if they find that the cops were wrong, they didn't announce, then they're gonna be in trouble. And I think they're rightfully so. Let's see, Lorianne, thanks so much for the super chat. The mayor just changed. This thing has got some focus issues. The mayor just changed that Fort LPD. The mayor just changed that Fort LPD. Now, anytime they serve a warrant, now they have to wear them. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. I don't think they should do it on a tactical SWAT team. Or you just, I mean, it's crazy to me what they're doing, man. SJWs are controlling the police department, and they're going to get cops killed. You shouldn't be worried about a body-worn camera when you're on a SWAT team serving a search warrant. You shouldn't be wearing a body-worn camera. You shouldn't be trying to turn it off, turn it on. The citizens don't need to know your tactics, because then you shouldn't even do it. You shouldn't even be on a SWAT team. You shouldn't have a SWAT team. If the citizens can go back and review how you hit John's house, when do you turn it? When do you turn the body-worn camera on or off? Mm-hmm. Here's the question here, because according to body-worn camera policy on my department, when you show up to the scene, you got to turn your body-worn camera off. So it starts from you being in the car, clean until you're finished with the scene, back in the car. As a SWAT operator, there's a lot going on when you're at the scene. So you got to push it and turn it on while you're trying to do a raid on somebody's house. And then they're disclosing the tactics. Every officer has a body-worn camera. They're going to be able to tell who goes to the front, who goes to the back, who's the team leader, where's the entry team, what tools they're using, how they move and maneuver through a house. You might as well never do a hit. I'm going to tell you this. For all of you people who are saying, it's unconstitutional. I hope the guy that police just quit serving warrants. Just quit. Just don't serve a warrant anymore. Let people sell drugs in the community. Why would you care? Yep. Let them sell drugs in the community. Let the pedophile be on this computer, downloading the stuff. Mm-hmm. And when you go to his house, knock on the door and say, Mr. Pedophile, you got 30 seconds to delete all the files that are on your computer. So, because we can't no-knock warrant your house, it's too dangerous. It's like people want it both ways. They want it both ways. They want us to catch people, and then they want us to be handicapped. Let me get into this. It says, why don't police uphold their oath anymore, Tatum? Police, like who? You talking about 1 or 2 departments? What police are you talking about? I don't agree with police in general not upholding their oath. Some police departments doing what they, arresting people for stupid stuff. Okay, I disagree with that 100%. They shouldn't be doing that. But majority of police departments are, most of the police departments are doing what they're supposed to do. Let's see. Michael, thanks so much for the super chat, bro. $5 from me is like 5K to you. My pocket empty and we hungry, laugh out loud. Now you got 10. That's a shot. Bro, I was joking with you, man. Let's see. Oh, people keep talking. Just left Lucas live. Your name came up, so I bounced. Lucas is way wrong on the Georgia shooting. Lucas has issues with any type of law enforcement. It's called beta energy. When you're a beta and you see a man like B. Tatum, and you know I'm a tactical guy, you know I'm a stand-up man. You got to keep putting my name in your mouth. You got to keep putting the things on his forehead. Walking around with my name on his forehead. Come on, bro.
That's mine.
You messed up on Georgia. Just admit it. Yeah. You was wrong, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. No. You did the liberal Lucas in real life. It's not an act. You became liberal Lucas. And you on there, you don't know what you're talking about. You said he was jogging. You don't know the law. You never enforced the law. You never arrested anybody. You know nothing about trespassing. You know nothing about going to court. You know nothing about probable cause. You never done anything. You never been to a police academy. You don't study the law. You don't do none of that. And but I'm wrong.
He saw it in the Spider-Man video.
Spider-Man told him how to arrest people. Spider-Man. I guess Spider-Man doing SWAT call outs now. Damn, I didn't know Spider-Man knew law enforcement. I guess it's the police Spider-Man now. All right, anyway, Max, thanks so much for the super chat. Let me get you on here. Let's see, police enforcement unconstitutional orders. I no longer support them after seeing what they do under this pandemic. You no longer support every police officer? Oh. What kind of clown talk is that, man? That you sound like a liberal. I no longer like, I no longer trust black people because one black man did something. I no longer trust the government because the Democrats are fraudulent. Come on, man. I no longer support President Trump because he made one mistake. Come on, man. You can't say that. I no longer trust the police officers that are doing things that are unconstitutional. Them as individuals. I no longer trust the government who are asking them to enforce that. But you can't say I no longer trust police. Come on, man. Our state don't even enforce nothing. So you talking about somebody in New York, in the state of Arizona, nobody's have enforced anything that I know of. We all protested at the Capitol. None of us did social distancing. Nobody wore masks. Some people did, but most of us didn't. Did they enforce any of those laws? No. The police were standing there like this with a mask on, watching everybody do it. They went home. Police in Arizona ain't enforcing nothing. I bet police in Texas ain't enforcing nothing. Maybe on some laws that are legitimately on the books, but some of these unconstitutional stuff, they're not supporting that. So come on, man, be balanced. Let's see, Desmond. What if the criminal has inside information on the no-knock warrants? I mean, I don't know what you mean. I guess if you're saying if they know that they're going to conduct a no-knock warrant, that's the risk you take, and that's why the SWAT team is there, because the SWAT team is tactical. And they don't know how we're going to do the no-knock warrant. They don't know how we're going to come in. We have robots. We have all kind of stuff. They have no idea. Even if they knew we were going to do a no-knock warrant, they don't know when. They don't know where. We already scoped. Let me tell you this. We already know what your house looked like before we hit your house. Just know. We already know what it looked like. We already know who in the house. We already see you coming in at your house. We already verify if there's children at the house before we hit your house with a no-knock warrant. Now, I can't say every department do that, but it's protocol. Cops raided the wrong house and killed. Somebody said that there was a warrant in Houston. The police killed the wrong person. They went to the wrong house. Now, how many no-knock warrants happen in the United States of America every day? And how many people get hit in the wrong house? Come on. I mean, how many cops are bad on the police department? You know, there's going to be bad cops. There's going to be mistakes that happen. Are you telling me you want no warrants now? You want no-knock warrants? Then the pedophiles are going to just download all their stuff and while you're knocking on the door. The criminals are going to hear you knocking on the door and they're going to shoot all the police officers out front and run out the back. If you need the cops, I hope they don't do a no-knock warrant at your house. And then you tell me how that feels. That's all I'm saying. No body cam, no accountability. Now body cameras are not. Y'all. You know what's funny? And because some of y'all don't know what's going on. So I get it. I get you saying nobody criminal. You don't understand how detrimental body cameras is for you too. You want when you get raped, not you, somebody you know, when you get raped and that rape is on body camera, do you want the world to hear you describe how you were raped? Do you want the world to hear that? That is public information, ladies and gentlemen. When your kid or you struggling with something in your personal life, do you want the world to be able to hear that conversation between you and a police officer? Do you want that? Do you want the world to see the body camera footage of police officers describing how your child was mutilated at the scene of a crime? Do you want the world to hear that? Some of these things should be kept between law enforcement and the court of law. I agree that some people think that it's good to have body-worn cameras. We haven't had body-worn cameras for years. But all of a sudden, cops are completely bad and the criminals are completely good because there's no body-worn cameras. I support agencies that have body-worn cameras, and I support agencies that do not have body-worn cameras. I see the benefits and I see the lack of benefits from having a body-worn camera. There's a lot of disadvantages to body-worn cameras. I'm just going to say. And even with body-worn cameras, people still say the police are fraudulent. You know, good way of covering for criminals that shoot at cops. Yeah, I mean, people are just on here. Listen, man. You know the cops coming at your house. You know you got Ray and them in there selling dope out your house. And when you know it's the cops that are knocking late at night. You know, I mean, maybe he didn't. Everybody that say no knocks is unconstitutional, you might as well say policing in America is unconstitutional. Policing in America is unconstitutional then. They can't catch nobody. Knock on the door every time you do a warrant. It's just crazy to me how the simplicity of law and order, you hear a person say it's unconstitutional, everybody jump on the bandwagon. Ask a police officer is unconstitutional. You will hear a lot of police officers that support no knock warrants. Simply put, they should not be selling drugs. Thank you. I think we got somebody with rare sense. Let me see if I can get some of these super chats on here. I just hate how they disappear if I don't talk. I mean, if I don't jump on them right away. Let me try to get as many as I can, then I'm gonna come back and get the ones. Let me grab these ones real quick. Okay, you're talking about the Amazing Lucas guy. Keep up the good work, brother. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Lucas get all his facts off of Nintendo Twitch. B Tatum, salute. Man, I don't know if he get him off Twitch or he get him in his dreams. I don't know. Let's see. If you are a good cop, why don't they stop the bad ones? Because it's not cut and dry, right? It's not like some of these bad cops, you don't know they bad until they do something bad. You're like, bro, you've been hiding dope in your locker? What is happening? It's not like they out laying, man, I'm just doing all the bad stuff. Like good cops despise bad cops. I don't understand. People don't understand it. Like, there's no good cop out there saying, you know what, Johnny is violating people's constitutional rights. And you know what? I like him, so I'm not gonna say nothing. It's like, what? You're gonna get us sued. You're gonna get us banned. You're gonna create case law that prevent us from doing basic searches. You're an idiot. I have seen officers jack other officers up and pull them aside, rip them a new one. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, cops don't just let bad cops go, man. These bad cops be rogue, man. You think they out in the open being bad cops? You know, they one day they flip on you. You know what I'm saying? And there are some cops that aren't gonna have good attitudes and they never do anything illegal. They just a-holes. It's nothing against the law being an a-hole. Just like if you a-hole, we can't take you to jail because you're a butthole. Anyway, Dallas County took Shelly Luther to jail for 7 days, but got out after 2 for opening her salon. I mean, y'all, it's funny. It's funny to me. Let me tell you why it's funny to me. And I think we are being unfair to some police officers. Y'all have voted to give governors executive authority to enact protective measures, to include what they're doing now with this pandemic stuff. They are exercising executive order power that we've given them. And the police officers, what you want them to do, lose their job? I mean, I get it to a certain degree. If you work on a police department, you can say, you know what, I'm not going to arrest this lady. Or you can say, I'm going to arrest this lady, and I know she's going to get a lawsuit. She's going to sue the city. They ain't got nothing to do with me. The city want to take this woman's constitutional rights. Let her sue the city. I ain't got nothing to do with me. I got to do my job. And y'all then gave these governors power to take executive order, and then you get mad at the police officers. Y'all should be getting mad at the governor. Y'all should be getting mad at the police chief. Y'all ain't gonna feed these police officers' family at the end of the day. Y'all not finna feed their family. Y'all want these police officers to not do anything that they are asked to do because it's unconstitutional. Yeah, everybody can't do a GoFundMe and raise $300,000 like the one officer that did his activism on duty and got fired or got on administrative leave. And y'all then tuned up his GoFundMe to probably $1 million at this point, and he gonna go back to work. He's on administrative leave. I don't think he got fired. He gonna go back to work. And y'all done gave him $500,000 because you believe it in the hype. You know, there are some officers that have the ability to not enforce, and a lot of them are not enforcing some of these BS laws. But man, it's a tough job to not enforce and get fired and get time off, and your family can't eat, man. I say we need to work with the police officers. We need to work together. We need to try to find a way to work together. Anyway, Brandon Tatum, I think I got dumber just reading people's comments. All these expert keyboard warriors. Much respect for keeping it true. I know, man. I don't want to call people dumb. I try not to call you dumb, but like, just understand that you're not an expert. Understand that you're not a doctor. So if you're a doctor, or if you're not a doctor, why are you arguing with a doctor about open heart surgery? I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I'm a police officer. I'm a professional.
Like, it's fine to have.
I was a police officer. I've done it professionally. You know, it's one thing if you're a cop and you want to have a disagreement, but if you've never done any of this stuff, then what's the deal? Can you have a civil discussion with Trio Logic on police issues? No, Trio Logic is a nut. She's a nut. That girl make her whole living off of Candace Owens videos. Lorianne, thanks so much for the super chat. She said I was a crooked cop. Like, you're a nut. I don't know what kind of cop she was. I never looked at her personnel file, but she said I was a crooked cop. That tells you that she got no credibility. She's just making up stuff because her platform is not very good, and she want to gain recognition off of being controversy. It's like World Star Hip Hop on Instagram or YouTube. If I miss your super chat, I apologize. Email me and I'll try to answer your super chat. I see a lot of hate comments, so you are definitely speaking truth, my brother. Blessed to you and your family. Thanks for doing what you do. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, AB. I don't care what people say about me. Don't follow me. Y'all, follow me. You don't like what I'm saying? Don't go on. I watch people's videos and I don't like what they're saying. I just stop watching their videos. I'm not on their comment section arguing with them. There needs to be more accountability for bad cops and bad precincts. Okay, give me an example of accountability. Give me an example of the actual precinct. Since you say there needs to be more accountable. How many bad cops are there out there? Give me an example. Give me a rough estimate. I just don't understand, man. I worked on the police department. I was the spokesperson for the police department. I knew every officer that got fired. I knew every officer that had got disciplined. I knew all of them. And it's not that cut and dry, man. There are people who are saying police officers are bad and they're not bad. There's people that have complained on police officers and they're justified. There's police officers that do bad things and then they get reprimanded and they change. So it's like, what bad officers are you talking about? There's some out there, but it's not that easy to just, here's the bad officer, here's the bad. If they could do that, they wouldn't hire these people. You're gonna cost a city millions of dollars, and they're gonna hire you because they need. And come on, man, come on. The Germans in World War II were doing their job. Oh, so you getting arrested is going to internment camps. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Most of the states aren't enforcing these BS laws. Y'all are highlighting a few states that are socialist anyway. Y'all not complaining about them taxes they taking out, are you? Y'all are. It is so unconstitutional. And then y'all go vote the governor in, and he taking all these taxes and robbing you of your money, doing vaccinations. Y'all should not be mad at the police officers as much as you mad at the governor. But you voted for him, and y'all still gonna vote for him in the next election. Let's see, Tatum, you're one of the good ones. Black people. I appreciate it. I'm one of the good black people. I know, man. It seemed like black people that lost their way. If you look at the way they act on some of these cases, but there's still some good ones out there. There's some good ones out there. Shelly, thanks so much for the super chat. Brandon, all these people on here that have no grace for police officers and their humanity are exactly why we all need Jesus. No one is perfect but God. People are completely unrealistic.
But tons of grace for criminals.
Tons of grace for criminals.
Tons of grace for Saw the Arbury.
Oh, they should knock on the door.
No
I cannot believe people think that they shouldn't do no knock warrants on pedophiles. Like, I just don't understand what y'all thinking.
Oh.
When I was at that house and they caught that dude that was number 3 in the world for downloading child inappropriate videos, if they'd have knocked on his door, they would have no evidence, and all those kids would have no justice. Yeah. They kicked in his door without warning. They had a person to go straight to his computer to hit the key to lock his computer up. They had a whole team ready. They busted in his house. He was sitting there with his wang in his hand. I don't know what he was doing, but he was sitting there. He got caught. He didn't know what happened. They throwing flashbang, boom, 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 boom. They hit his computer. He in there flipping out. But now y'all want to knock on the door. Go ahead and knock on the door. When your kid is on that video, I want them to knock on that door though, so he can delete your kids, so that you don't get no justice. Just them knock on the door when they do that. I just want to. When they doing the trap house down the street, they're selling drugs and destroying your community and destroying people in your community, and it has gun violence and stuff going on in your community. Your kid gets shot in the head from somebody that's in that dope house. I want you to do no knock. Don't do it no knock. Just knock on the door. And then when your kid is doing that warrant because it's constitutionally appropriate, no, tell them to knock on the door so that dude can shoot your kid through the front door. And when your kid is dead and you got to go to his funeral, I want you to look up in heaven and tell your kid you were the one that advocated for knock warrants instead of no knock warrants. You the one had him knock on the door while that man shot him through the door because he knew they were there. He heard them knocking. He didn't want to go to prison. He knew he was finna do life and got your kid killed. I want you to keep that same energy. Saw the Arbury taser video, and it's fine until Arbury leaves the scene and they start fishing for ways to bypass his Fourth Amendment. I don't know, man. Well, let me tell you something. That's what police officers do. You're not bypassing somebody's Fourth Amendment. You're trying to figure out within the law, how do I get in this car? But you want to, you're probably not a bad guy. I'm not trying to jump on you, bro. But the way you're coming across is that you're justifying a person who's driving on a suspended driver's license, who is parked in the middle of a park, and he's being super combative, and he has a Fourth Amendment right. He left his car. He abandoned his vehicle. But the cops are fishing. Why he leave his car? Oh, he's driving a suspended driver's license. They fishing. This is what we do. We look at the Constitution. We figure out what laws are applicable. Can we get in the car? What do you think the criminals are doing? What do you think he was doing? You can't touch my car, man. You can't get in my car. They trying to find, why do you think he got out of his car and shut the door when the cop rolled up? Mm-hmm. He got out, he shut the door so the cop couldn't get in his car. Because once the doors are shut, you're gonna need reasonable suspicion, or you're gonna need a warrant to get in the car. But see, criminals know that. They fishing for ways to not get caught. But that's okay. That's okay. I know y'all know. You ain't been a cop before. You don't know. Some of y'all were police chiefs, boy, we'll never catch nobody. Your family never get no justice, boy.
Your community will be rampant.
Your criminals will be running the gamut in your community. All of this stuff is a gradual shift towards a global government. At what point do we rebel, Brandon? I agree with you, man. Look, you got to go by state. Like, and I think you got to vote these people out, because a lot of us are open right now. I mean, Arizona's open. Some of your communist, socialist governments aren't open, and they don't plan on opening. But what you need to do is you need to vote these people out. Y'all need to vote these people out. And the people need to coordinate a better effort in rebelling and vote these people out. Recall your governor. The police officer, you know, what can they do? They get fired and lose their pension after 20 years. You gonna pay for their family to eat? That's why I get it. But then I'm like, I get why. Now, if they gotta kill you or something, take you into an internment camp, okay, I get it. You're getting cited. You're getting a citation that you can fight in court, mind you. You can fight it in court. But anyway, let's move on. In KCMO, more people have died from senseless violence than the China flu. 10-8. I agree. All right, I think I got a lot of people's super chats. I got my brother's super chat there. This is a global agenda, man. You got to understand, these liberals, they want to stay shut down until the cows come home. They want y'all to be on lockdown, baby. We finna go eat in a minute. Nicholas, thanks so much for the super chat. I'm not advocating for or against no-knock warrants, but you should look at the case where innocent people have died and police policies have changed. I agree, man. I mean, that's life. I agree, man. Like, it's unfortunate that people can't get it right the first time, right? The first few people that died from open heart surgery, you know, I'm sure that they wish that the doctors would have gotten it right the first time. But it's just the way it is, man. And I'm not against you. It looked like you served in the military. I respect you, bro. Thank you for your service. But, like, we need to have a little grace. We need to have a little grace, because not only can your kid be the person killed, your kid can also be on the other side of the gun as the officer. And so we have to say, okay, we do have grace for the person who's getting killed, right? And we have grace for the officer that's acting in good faith. You know, there's two sides to it, man. Somebody accidentally going the wrong way in traffic and they kill somebody. I mean, it was an accident. It happens. They don't make it right, but it's an accident. They're going to use no knocks to give you the vaccine. Man, they're not finna do no knock warrant to get no vaccine. A judge has to prove that. It's not the police department. It's one thing I don't understand, how people don't understand this. The police department don't execute. They don't get their own warrants, meaning that they don't prove their own warrants. They don't prove their own warrants. The judge approves their warrants. So you have a judge or a magistrate that know the law, that's abiding by the constitutional guidelines, and they let you execute the warrant. If laws change, then they will not grant you the warrant. And look at this person. Beauty unraveled. I don't get what your problem is with me. It's life. Things happen. What do you want to do? You think everything's supposed to be perfect? You think nobody makes mistakes? You think people haven't accidentally killed their own kids? A man cleaning his gun accidentally shoot the gun off, kill his kids. Somebody don't leave the gun, don't lock the gun up. The kid get the gun, blow their head off. I mean, things happen. Now laws change because of what happened. Kids drown in a pool all the time. Kids drown in a pool. What are they? Some states require you have a fenced area around your pool. Like, what do you guys expect? Y'all want to be rigid at 1,000% when it comes to police officers. But doctors kill people every year due to malpractice, far more than home invasions.
It's like one of the top 5 causes of death.
Top 5 causes of death is malpractice. Far more than you need to be worried about a cop kicking in your door doing a no-knock warrant. You are more likely to die from malpractice than a no-knock warrant. First of all, there's not a lot of no-knock warrants that are going on in relation to police involvement by the citizens. Put it in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. No-knock warrants are reserved for the hardest criminals out there that has a history of violence and all of that other stuff. It's reserved for that, or people associated with those criminals.
It's probably wanted her to like talk and turn on the big guy.
Huh?
You think they wanted to arrest her to get her to talk and turn on the big guy?
Well, they don't know if they don't know if she hoarding packages in her house. They don't know if she hoarding packages in her house. They don't know. Her boyfriend not on a search warrant. Yeah. It doesn't matter if he's on a search warrant. He wouldn't even been arrested if. Listen, okay, I'm gonna move on. Let's see. Paxton, thanks so much for the super chat. Yooo B, ever get exhausting for you? Ever get exhausting for you speaking the truth of the conservative party and just truth overall? I think it said, do I ever get exhausted? No, I don't. I don't get tired.
But like, isn't it exhausting taking all the heat?
It's exhausting, but I was born for this.
That's true.
I'm not gonna say I always handle it well, because sometimes I get mad. Even when y'all don't see me get mad, I get mad. And you know, I had to. I've got mad at a few people. Trust me, I have. You can probably find it on the internet somewhere. Somewhere there's evidence of me getting mad at somebody. You say they have to have evidence to get a no-knock warrant, but if they don't do the no-knock, the perp will get rid of the evidence. Huh? Let me explain this real quick, just in case other people are confused by this question. You have to have evidence of a crime being committed there. Like, you have to have evidence that a crime has been committed there, that it's reasonable that there's other crimes being committed at that location. Like, you can't just get a warrant on a hunch. Like, I think somebody committed a crime there. I think they're selling drugs because there's a dude outside the front look like a drug dealer. You can't do that. Like, you have to have evidence. And in this case, they have a gentleman who's a known drug dealer who's at a trap house. He was seen inside of Breonna Taylor's house, walking out with a package, then taking that package to a trap house. They surveilled the trap house and her house to see what's going on and is there a connection. Now, they used the U.S. Postal Service to verify, and I don't know if they verified as suspicious packages. They just verified that he was receiving packages at Breonna Taylor's house. So once they verified that, there's a connection between the trap house, Breonna Taylor's house. Breonna Taylor's vehicle was seen in front of the trap house on multiple occasions. So now you not only got a gentleman that they know is selling drugs in Breonna Taylor's house, you now have Breonna Taylor's car at the trap house. And then you have a ring of an individual getting his mail sent to Breonna's house and taking that mail to the trap house. You have a ring of criminal activity that has been validated through purchases, because people have bought drugs from the trap house a few days before this, informants, and also visual surveillance. When you get at that, then a judge will be very clear at approving your warrant. I've never had a no-knock warrant. I don't know what that means. Somebody said they never had a no-knock warrant. They never conducted a no-knock warrant. I mean, all we did was no-knock warrants on the SWAT team. I don't think we've ever knocked on the SWAT team. We put explosives on the door and we do explosive breaching.
You know we coming.
That's not even announced. We breach and hold. They call it breach and hold. So we breach a door. Shards go anywhere. We throw stuff in your house that will blind and deafen you.
Turn into a birdcage.
And then once we do that and we turn your house to a birdcage, then we'll call you out. We may not go in your house. We'll call you out. But we're not going to knock first. But we already been watching your house and we know who's in your house and who come out your house. See, y'all don't understand that. Now, I can't say this agency did it, but we watch your house. Trust me. We watching your house. And we watching who comes and goes in your house. We have intel. We have informants that tell us if you have children at the house. And we sit outside and watch your house. We don't sit outside. You'll never know how we do it. We got surveillance. We got other stuff that we do. But because they're not going to see us outside the house. So you can't say we sitting there because you ain't never going to see us. But we're watching you and we monitor your house. And we see before we hit your house, are people coming in and out? Are those the suspects that we're looking for? Is this some new people in, new people out? And we do surveillance on your house before you hit your house. So we know if there's kids in there or not. And if we have any inkling, any information, if an informant tells us there could be kids, we don't conduct the warrant. We don't conduct the warrant on your house. We'll catch you when you get out. Or we'll wait till the kids leave and then we blow your house up, turn it into a birdcage. I watch a video on Police Brutality Matters IG, and they claim you an embarrassment to police and blacks. You were polite on their IG live. Man, the dude that do Police Brutality Matters, he got my phone number. He told me that he wanted me to do a show with him on BET. So I don't know why they would say that about me. I'm an embarrassment to the police department.
Did he say it or somebody else on his
Yeah, I don't think he'll say it. I'm gonna call him on the phone.
He wouldn't have said that.
I don't think he would say that because he liked to have a working relationship with me. I don't think he would say that. That girl on there, she probably said it. Yeah. But I'm gonna call him on the phone because y'all said
respectful.
I'll call him on the phone. He's never been disrespectful to me. He disagreed, but I'll call him on the phone because I got his number. You are more likely to bump your head and drown in your pool while swimming than a no-knock warrant raid, and people aren't worried about swimming. Of course, man. Y'all got sense. Some of y'all got sense. Some of y'all got sense. No-knock warrant is unconstitutional. Them raising your taxes like they do is unconstitutional too. But y'all worried more about a no-knock warrant that ain't gonna never happen to you.
I know.
Come on, man. There's 320 million people in this country, and I don't know how many no-knock warrants they serve a year. You know, it's less likely it's gonna happen to you. Why? Because police really want to get the drugs. They don't want to accidentally hit the wrong house. They've been working on this case all year. Anyway, so if they have no-knock warrants on me and I go to my cousin's house and leave, they can raid it and it's not my address. No, they cannot do that. They only can raid the house that's on the warrant. And if you are a suspect, they have to go get an additional warrant to raid the house that you could possibly be in. So you can get a warrant and you can get a secondary warrant, right? You get a warrant with a location and a secondary location. So that means that if you're not at this location, we can hit this location. But then you're going to have a tremendous amount of evidence to hit two locations, especially a location that the person don't live at and it's not a trap house. So no, if you got an arrest warrant for you, they don't have to come in your house. They wait till you leave. and then they get you on a traffic stop and they bust you. The only reason that people want to do a warrant in your house is if there's material in your house that they want to get. It's not, we don't break in people's houses and do warrants on them in a house if we don't have no business in their house. That's dangerous for us. We just wait till you leave your house and then we stop you. We get you at a light. We got somebody at a stoplight. We got him at a light in the middle of traffic. He pulled up to the light. He got stuck at the light. We pulled up. We jumped out on him in traffic. He had nowhere to go. He was pent in. So, and of course, we had our armored vehicles and stuff. So if we had to get into a shootout, everybody's protected. But anyway, yeah, you're not finna, they can't just follow you somewhere and break in somebody's house. I mean, I think people think policing is like the Wild Wild West. Mm-hmm. They don't want to kill nobody kids. They're not finna just ram in your house just blindly. That's not, nobody wants to be involved in that. Would you cut the mustache and go Amish? No, I won't. I have before. I accidentally messed my mustache up and I went straight Amish. And I felt like
your wife won't talk to you.
I felt really dirty. Not because of being Amish, but I felt like that mustache being off, I felt like I was not a man. No knock is okay. Civil forfeiture is unacceptable. Okay. I think I'm done. I think I've answered everybody. Let me make sure I get the super chats at the top. Me and the wife are finna go eat. Say, good word. Okay, I answered everybody. Super chat. Oh, let me get Kimberly. Kimberly. For every bad cop, there's thousands of great police officers like you. I appreciate that. Who risk their lives for each of us daily. We should all be grateful for good ones. Man, let me say this before I get off here. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Somebody said, is no knock warrants done on juveniles? Highly unlikely. You telling a judge that you want to do a no knock warrant on a little kid. Like, you're going to have to show that this kid is a gang affiliated, violent, gun toting person. Typically juveniles, this is the thing, man. Like, you don't need to do a no knock warrant unless you need to go in the house. If you don't need to be in the house, you don't really need to do a no knock warrant. If there's a fugitive or somebody who's a murderer or somebody who that you have reason to believe that they're barricading themselves into a house, then that is a reason for you to probably do a no knock warrant, do a SWAT hit and stuff like that. But like, if it's just a person that's wanted for like marijuana charges, you don't want to interject yourself into a situation where you're at a disadvantage. So all you do is wait until he leave the house. And now you don't have to breach the door. Now you don't have to worry about what's on the other side of the door. All you got to do is just get him on a traffic stop. And we've done that plenty of times. We surveil people. We watch them. We catch them when they leave. We pull them over on a traffic stop. If we positively identify them, we can pull them over for a suspicious stop, an investigative stop. But they don't know what we put them on for. We don't even tell them. We go, hey, I just put you over, man. Look like there's something wrong with your license plate. Come look, come check out the license plate, man. Get out the car, you done. Y'all know police can lie to you too. Y'all know that, right? Okay, I was just wondering. Police can lie to you. Within reason, they can lie to you. Anyway, all right, I think I'm done. Tatum, I may be in the fence about no knocks, but I mean, I understand how people feel. I mean, we can have a discussion. People can disagree with me, but to try to say I'm wrong, yeah. If you serve search warrants and you did no knock warrants and you saying I'm wrong, then I'll bring you on and have a conversation. But if you've never done it in real life, it's like, please don't disrespect you better put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Put God first, respect all officers, and follow the law. Always respect others. You keep it real for all races, BT. Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes on the prize. Amen, Scott. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. All right. I'm off here, y'all. I got to go. I love y'all. Glad we had a good discussion about no knock warrants. I end it with this. I do not think no knock warrants is unconstitutional. man, there's a valid reason to do no-knock warrants, and they're extremely effective. If you're trained properly, they're extremely effective, and they've been effective for years. And they are effective for many cases, many bad people that we look for. We have an advantage. There's a lot of stuff that police officers do that y'all don't know about, probably should know about, but I think it benefits. Except for when the law is unconstitutional. I'm gonna answer this last super chat because she did it at the last minute. Trisha, thanks so much for the super chat. You're dealing dope. You're killing people. Don't be surprised and shoot at police when they kick your blank door in. On other note, we want to see more of Corinne in your videos. Corinne, get from over here. I'm turning off.
We can make that happen right now.
Okay.
He doesn't want to talk to me. He just wants to talk to his internet friends. We're supposed to be on a getaway.
We are.
A vacation away from the internet.
We're supposed to be off the internet.
And he's been on YouTube for the past like 3 hours.
Okay, I'm finna get off here. Let's see. Sent through mail.
I want to talk now.
Lachey, sent through mail is a federal crime.
Yep.
Happened to my neighbor. Only 3 officers. Apartment gave access and authorization for authorities to do what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I love you, sister. It's good. I ain't gonna lie. It's good to see black people. It's good to see black people just being normal to me. Like I feel like there's only a few of us. It's a lot of white people on here saying, "I agree, Brandon. I agree. But then when you see a black, I'm assuming you black because your picture's black. I don't think
beautiful.
I don't. But somebody can use somebody else's picture and say they're black. But I'm assuming that you're authentic and this is your page and it's your picture. But it's good to hear black people that just aren't just drinking the Kool-Aid, man. Like,
and not because black people drink Kool-Aid, it's the Jim Jones reference.
Yeah, I mean everybody with a brainstem understands that.
I'm kidding.
But it's not like it's just not like cops are out here just roguing it. Like we go through a process to get this stuff done. Like we work with neighbors. I mean, in this case, they probably didn't. I don't know if they did. I mean, we'll work with the neighbors. We'll call the neighbors. We'll do an investigation.
Did you explain why the police would have been in plain clothes and not in like a uniform?
Nah.
A lot of people are saying like they were plain clothes.
No, there's no real reason why they were in plain clothes other than they probably were detectives. Like detectives may not want to wear a uniform because they don't have to. They just put a tack vest on. They say police on it, and that's all you need to know. Plain clothes don't really matter because at night you can't tell if it's an intruder, a police officer, or a plainclothes guy. Okay,
wait. There's a statement. Someone said, "Dude, being a cop didn't make you a professional at law," and I've heard a lot of people say that because Brandon's been debating with lawyers. But lawyers read the law and talk about the law. Police officers, and I come from a law enforcement family.
Dad was
my dad and my stepmom are both police officers. My dad was a detective, did undercover, bomb squad, everything. But police officers live the law. They have to make split-second decisions on the law all day, every day. Lawyers will read about it, memorize it, and then talk about it. So just because someone's a lawyer doesn't mean they know more about these laws than police officers who live it all day long. So I don't understand that. Well, that like argument is driving me nuts.
Kimberly, thanks so much for the super chat. Hello, gorgeous wife. We love you too. Y'all better love my wife. Kimberly, thanks so much for the super chat. Let me add to this because he said, dude, being a cop didn't make you a professional at law. It does make me a professional at law. What do you think we enforce?
True.
We enforce laws. Like, do we not know the law? So we enforce laws that we don't know.
Yeah.
So a trespassing law, you telling me that a police officer is responsible for arresting people for trespassing. We have the same law book as the lawyer does. We're reading that, in my case, Arizona revised statute. That same statute is what the lawyer is reading. We have to have updates on case law. They give us updates on case law. We do training and learn case law. It's called 6-minute training. We have to do 6-minute training or we end up like Gregory McMichael and we're not certified police officers if we don't keep up with it. Just like him. So dude, y'all got to stop being so docile. We are more professional at law than lawyers are.
Drives me nuts.
They don't enforce laws every day.
Yeah.
A lawyer takes a case and they pick 1 or 2 laws and they say, okay, these laws are applicable. These laws are applicable. And let me do all the research I can to figure out these laws.
Mm-hmm.
We have to enforce these laws every day.
In
Burglaries.
In a minute decision.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. And we have legal advisors on the police department.
But that was a very good question, and I see it in social media comments
It's
all day long, and it drives me crazy.
If people don't understand, like, we got to testify in court, dude. Like, what are you thinking? Like,
if you don't do it correctly in the first place, everything's thrown out and everyone's time is wasted and the person gets away. So it's not like, it's like cops have to know the law more than lawyers. It drives me nuts.
We're on the, well, first of all, we went to school.
So stupid.
You know, we had to learn the law in the academy.
So
and we practice the law every day for 20, some officers do it for 20 years. When we arrest people, we have to go to court and be able to defend what we did. We have to do attorney interviews.
Yeah.
We have to do an interview with the attorney, the defense attorney, and the prosecutor. You got to know what you're doing. You can't just arrest a person for DUI and you don't understand the legal ramifications behind a DUI. You'll lose all your DUI cases. So what do? They teach you how to win in court. What do y'all think police officers do? Traffic stops? Come on, man.
They just harass people.
Come on, bro. I arrest probably 40, 50 people for trespassing. I have to read the statute and make sure that the person actually trespassed. Look, there's shoplifting.
It's like, how do you write?
There's elements to the crime of shoplifting. I have to make sure those elements of crimes are applicable to what the person actually did so that I can have develop probable cause to arrest that person. If not, I'm making an illegal arrest. What are y'all talking about?
It's like, I want that question to be like settled once and for all, because I've been seeing it every day since like you made your first Saw the Arbury video, and then other lawyers have come out and people are like, oh, did you see this lawyer's video about it? And I'm like,
these lawyers.
And just because someone's a lawyer doesn't mean they're a criminal lawyer. You know what I mean? These people are like civil rights lawyers, or they're
small claims court lawyers,
small claims court, or contract lawyers. It's like,
we are criminal. We do criminal.
It doesn't mean anything, and they probably know less about the law than police officers. It's driving me crazy with this question at this point.
Let me tell you this, man.
Stupid.
Y'all see me debate lawyers, and I destroyed them. That guy didn't even know the law.
I felt so bad for that white guy.
And the other guy, I don't even want to make the video because it's dead right now. But I may have to make a video about another lawyer that said I went on his radio show. He said he practiced law for 13 years in the state of Georgia.
Embarrassing.
He don't even know the law.
Embarrassing.
He said that second-degree murder was it was, what did he say, unintentional, or he said like somebody that pretty much, I can't think of the term that he used. I'm trying to think of the term that he used. Negligent. He used the word negligent. He said, well, and if they were negligent, that's second-degree murder. It's like, what? Negligence isn't applicable in second-degree murder. You intentionally kill somebody. You were intentional. Now, manslaughter is when you are negligent, reckless or negligent. That's why they charge people with manslaughter. Second-degree murder is when you intentionally murdered the person. Now, if you did it at the heat of passion, you know, somebody knocked on your door and you got tired of your neighbor and you killed them, but there was no premeditation to kill him, then that's second-degree murder. First-degree murder is with premeditation. Like, you don't accidentally kill somebody, you get charged with second-degree murder. You have the level of intent.
And then another point is, like, people wonder why so many people in jail. It's like, well, these are the lawyers representing them. They're losing these cases because they don't know squat about the law. And so their clients are going to jail.
And the police officer sitting there laughing all the way out the courtroom. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, this question is driving me crazy.
Because there's elements to the crime. And we study the elements to the crime every day so we don't get sued.
More comments?
This is going, they got to go now.
The contacts are sticky.
Well, let's go eat.
I know we have like 10 more minutes.
People are just crazy, man. You're wrong on this one. Still love you. Like I'm wrong about what?
Wrong how?
I'm wrong because I'm telling you, no knock warrants is better than knock warrants.
So someone said no knocks are for violent people. So like, should no knock warrants be used for like pedophiles or
violent people,
kidnapping or something? But like simple weed or coke drug offense. Not be a no knock.
This is the thing. You say violent people.
Yeah.
You got to look at violent situations, the propensity for violence.
Drug dealing.
You may not. You don't know if they're going to shoot you today or not.
That's true.
When people are using drugs, they're dealing drugs. There's guns involved. And so you have to be on the offense, not the defense. True. So if you have guns and drugs and you have all of these things that are involved that are typical in these types of crimes, that's when you do a no-knock warrant. Because think about this. If you're not violent, then why are you going to shoot somebody? These people, you know, anyway.
Someone said I had a feeling he was dating a white girl. Like,
oh, you sad? Are you sad?
I want that question to be answered too, because he's dated plenty of black women.
Yeah.
I just happen to be his favorite.
Y'all, why y'all worry about color of somebody's skin? Because your boyfriend ain't nothing?
I'm cool.
No, they need.
Don't be mad.
They need lame, no good. Tyrone is lame. And so you mad because I got somebody I love. And you mad because you can't find no person your color.
I'm cool. I'm likable. I mean,
and people are so dumb.
I'm sorry about it. He liked me. I'm sorry.
To the color of your skin. That's why you single and you ain't got nobody. Your boyfriend ain't nothing. Your husband probably ain't nothing either. If your husband ain't nothing, if his wife on here talking about somebody race. Your husband ain't nothing.
Yes, my name is Corinne. So someone says even a trap house can have innocent bystanders, like the elderly, children, etc.
But they don't just hit a trap house without knowing who in the house.
So they like wait and do surveillance.
You do surveillance. I've been a part of the surveillance team. You know, listen. You don't just say, I think they're selling drugs today, and then you go tomorrow and get a search warrant. You do research. You take time. You let people sell drugs. You let people, informants buy drugs. You watch who come and go for months. Yeah. So you can see who come and go in the house. You work with the landlord, and you say who's on the lease agreement. Have there ever been children? You deal with the neighbors. You check with the school. You run a background check and see if these people who are in the house even have children. Yeah. You look through all of that stuff before you do a warrant. I think
that's what people don't understand. They think like cops are just like, oh, let's bust into the house.
Because you don't want to get sued and go to prison for life. You
don't want to hurt anybody.
You don't want to get sued, man. You're going to verify and make sure there's no kids. And a lot of times we have abandoned warrants because it was unclear if there was a kid inside. Somebody thought they saw a kid when we did the little drive-by stuff. They thought they saw a kid. They said, man, we can't verify there's supposed to be a kid in there. And we did not execute the warrant. How many kids have died in a search warrant? Okay, exactly. You know.
Is she pregnant? No, I'm not pregnant. I'm drinking wine.
Man, don't listen to them. They got somebody sack on their forehead.
Someone asked if I got a haircut. Brandon actually cut my hair.
Yeah. Get it right.
He did a good job during quarantine.
Get it right.
Guys, you guys are so nice.
Jim Jones Kool-Aid, baby.
If you haven't seen that documentary, it's really good.
Somebody said, yes, this is true. Police serve social workers and I missed it.
That was a disrespectful super chat, but I'll take your $2.
What did he say?
Don't worry about it.
He said he don't care because he lame.
Kid's face. I don't get it.
Starr.
It says, I'm glad some of these people aren't cops. If they were.
Come on. I'll just put them up on the screen. You just click on it. So thank you for the super chat. I can't even say your name, but I love you anyway. Let's see. What's that say?
It says, I'm glad some of these people aren't cops. If they were, we'd literally have people killing people in the street and they would be like, oh, he's just jogging. He's a good boy.
Go ahead.
As a black woman, I really appreciate seeing you and Candace give your different opinion as a black man and a black woman. The black community needs a new perspective. Your wife is sweet and cute. Tell them what you say about like being a tough dad. Like, well, I know a lot of people don't like their approach and messaging.
Let me tell y'all something, man. I didn't like my dad when I was growing up. But then when I got older, I realized, I didn't completely not like him. But, you know, I was upset with him because he was tough on me. You know, my daddy didn't take no BS. My daddy held me accountable. He made me fold the clothes, wash the dishes. And I ain't wash no dishes, I get my butt whooped. And I used to say, I hate him. I hate him. And then I realized, you know, my daddy did that because he wanted me to grow up and be a good man. And I take that same approach to my YouTube channel. You're going to hate me at first. But when you're ready to be a man, when you're ready to be a woman, when you're ready to open your eyes, you're going to come back and thank me for me keeping it real with you and being honest and being straightforward, not begging you and pleading with you and kissing your rear end. I'll tell you like it is. And I tell you what, I didn't like my daddy sometimes when I was younger, but I respect my dad when I was younger, and I also respect him now. And I know exactly why my dad did that to me. And I do the same thing to my son. I hold you accountable. I'm going to make you a man so that a police officer don't have to kill you later in life, so that somebody don't end up hurting you later in life, so you end up being a detriment to society. I'm going to build you and make you a man today so you can be great tomorrow. And if you don't like it, then don't follow me. But some of y'all, you know you love me. You know you love watching me. You know it's something about B. Tatum that you got to keep coming back, because you know I'm telling the truth. And you may not like it today, but you're going to like it tomorrow. Because people that I don't like, that I don't respect, I don't watch their Instagram. I don't watch their YouTube. I don't even follow them. I don't even know what they're doing. True. But people that I respect, even if I disagree with them, I still watch it and watch it and watch it because I know they're telling the truth. Anyway, we got a couple more super chats and I'm getting off here. I got to get off here. Kimberly. Wait, baby.
I can't wait for the day that people stop seeing skin color. Good grief, we're all human. Nobody chooses what skin color they have.
I know. Ain't that sad? We don't get to choose what skin color we are. All right, let's see this.
It says, you two are great. Learned a lot from you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm just doing what I wish that somebody would have done for me when I was younger. Yeah. Super chat sticker. And thanks so much for the super chat.
I'm spending $2 to tell you to go eat.
All right, that's the icing on the cake. Hold on, somebody else super chatted. Kimberly super chatted.
My previous super chat is in reference to people who dislike others based on skin color alone. I'll never understand that and never will. Same. Everyone posts about Martin Luther King, and it's like Martin Luther King said.
Somebody said, do more Bible study. Do more Bible study. I will.
I told him to bring his Bible on this trip.
I got my Bible on my phone.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, damn, I got to download the app because it's my new phone.
True.
Anyway, I think we out. Is that it? That was the last person? More Bible study? I might do more Bible study. I need to get in the Bible myself. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I caught myself flashing on somebody. The old Tatum almost came out of me.
I know, I've just been so
and everybody, I've been just so anxious, so mad. I just feel like I need to get in the Bible again. And we can all get in it together.
I read my Bible this morning. I've just been so angry at people's stupidity. And
all right, what did Dallas say?
Brandon, keep up all the hard work. Please make a video on debunking libs and media on the virus.
Oh, yeah, man. I've made so many videos, but I'll keep making them because it's invaluable for us to know what's up. I love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.